Welcome back, guys, for more Homecoming Morenatsu Revisited. So last time we decided to continue along the Tatsuki route because I completely, dodged that. What is wrong with me, right? So, basically, Hiroyuki wants to get a part-time job. Tepe accepts that. Um, uh, Tatsuki, we have to deal with the fact that his dad's pretty awful to him, and we got to meet some of the other recruits. So it's been a good time, and we're going to continue through this route and all that fun jazz. Sorry if I didn't get to Santa Lucia today. I wanted to, but then I realized, oh yeah, the first I have to figure out which Brian events I have to pick out. Yes, I am going to be doing Brian's route up to this point next, but I have to pick out within the first week which days are exclusive to him and all that, and I have to make sure that I don't screw that up because I could accidentally skip through it like I've done here trying to look for scenes. So yeah, oops. But I'll get to Santa Lucia again, of course. I just need to figure out which scenes I have to pick out because otherwise I'm just going to be reading the whole visual novel again just to do Brian's route. And we've read most of that already, so I just figured that way I could just, skip to the scenes that are important up until, the choice, who you decide to choose on, I believe, the 7th or 8th. So, anyways, I am going to continue here, so let's dive in. Huh? The phone's ringing. I jump to my feet. I move into the hall. I'll get it. Hello, Nishimura residence. I'm unable to stop my tail from switching as I answer the phone. I don't know why, but for some reason I feel like I'm doing something very important. Is that you, Hiroyuki? Oh, hi, Tatsuki. What's up? You enjoyed Minasato so far. You should come over. He sounds awfully tense, but now I get to hang out some more. Besides, I do feel a little guilty that Tatsuki wasn't invited to the party today. Sure, I'll be right over. Okay, Hiroyuki. See you soon. I hang up the phone and give a soft chuckle. Walking to the living room, I peek in. My grandparents looking at me expectantly. That was Tatsuki. He wanted me to visit. Grandma glances over at Grandpa before looking back at me with a smile. Oh, it's okay, dear. Just be sure to stay out of the way of the carpenters. Ah! I almost completely forgot about that. I shrink back a little and give a sheepish smile. I forgot to mention, I got a summer job working for Mr. Midoriya. A look of surprise comes to my grandparents' faces. A summer job? What will that involve? I hesitate for a moment, realizing that I never actually got that information. We, haven't discussed the details yet. My grandparents look at each other, then back at me, both frowning. You should have sorted that out then and there. Hiroyuki, you should know better than that. I nod sheepishly, bowing my head. I know. It just all happened so quickly, and while I was getting ready to watch one of Kyoji's soccer matches, I do know that it's evening shifts, and that I start on the 16th. I'll be sure to discuss the rest of the details the moment I arrive. Placing a hand in front of my chest, I draw a cross over my heart. See that you do. As Grandpa cautions me, Grandma looks back at me and nods. Make sure you take a gift to thank Mr. Midoriya for his kindness. I nod before bowing and heading back to grab a few things. Taking a breath, I call out to my grandparents. I'm leaving. Stay safe. As I walk towards downtown, I find myself wondering what could be a good gift. Too young to get sake for him, so that's out. Damn it. Why is this so difficult? When I arrive at the stores downtown, I spend a few minutes searching. I settle on something easy and head over to Tatsuki's house. It's so hot. By the time I arrive at the Midoriya residence, the sun is starting to set. Unfortunately for me, the temperature still hasn't dropped much. Should have stayed in the store for a little bit longer. So nicely air conditioned too. I should probably get inside instead of standing out here in the heat. Hello? I try knocking to no avail. Being an old house, there doesn't seem to be a doorbell. Hello? I try shouting instead. Since a lot of craftsmen live and work inside the Midoriya house, I figured I'll have a better chance getting somebody's attention by being loud. I soon hear footsteps on the other side. Oh, you came. Hurry up and come in. You gotta start sweeping up, or something. Great. He's drunk again. I force back a gulp as I remember meeting with Tatsuki in the park the other day, where I chickened out. Tatsuki, you smell like sake. Seriously, the sun's only just set and you're already drunk. The dragon's goofy grin widens, and he spreads his arms in an exaggerated manner. It's a special occasion. I think every day is a special occasion for you, Tatsuki. Come in already, will you? Why do I feel like I'm walking into a trap? As I walk into the living room, I see Mr. Midoriya sitting in front of a low dining table, humming a song to himself. Oh, if it isn't Hiroyuki. He winks over at me before noticing the gift bag I'm carrying. What's that you have there? I gulp and hold the bag out in front of me, slightly bowing my head. I wanted to thank you for giving me a job. He takes the gift from my hands and glances inside the bag. Pulling out a box of chocolates I bought for him, he inspects it carefully before looking back at me. Ah, good manners, Hiroyuki. A man after my heart. I blink, watching cautiously as he places the chocolates to the side and gives a wide grin. Would you like to have a drink with me? You're old enough, right? You'll have to excuse me, Mr. Midoriya. I'm not old enough to drink yet. Bullshit. I was younger than you were when I had my first. Are you saying you don't want my sake? Disrespecting your elders. That's enough, Dad. He said he didn't want to have to drink. I didn't want to drink. Leave him alone. Phew. Thanks, Tatsuki. Anyway, let's make a toast. That's not necessary. Yeah. Give me more sake, son. Or brandy, whiskey, wine, tequila, shochu, beer, rum, vodka, gin, whiskey. Oh, that's quite a long list, Mr. Midoriya. It's gotta be sake. I'll bring the vintage. Wait, Tatsuki! Don't leave me alone with him. You've grown into quite the handsome man since I last saw you, Hiroyuki. Come on. Sit next to me. He pats the spot right next to him. I slowly approach and take a seat. So, tell me. You have a girlfriend up in Osaka? Oh, about that. Oh, don't be so bashful, Hiroyuki. It's only natural. I could teach you a few things if you want. What? These two are so shameless. How embarrassing. What the hell? Hey, what the hell are you telling him, you bastard? Hiroyuki, you don't have to sit next to that old pervert. Sit with me instead. Tatsuki grabs my arm and lifts me up. Mr. Midoriya responds by grabbing my other arm and pulling in the other direction. Hey, try not to rip me in half, guys. So this is what it's like to have guys fighting over you. I'm a terrible person. Get lost, shorty. This is grown-up time. Shut it, Baldy. You're too ancient for him. Jeez, what does Tatsuki think was going on? What should I do? Someone help me. Oh, I get it. Now I get it. Mr. Midoriya leans in to whisper in my son's ear. What? What? Tatsuki slams the table and stands up. Mr. Midoriya follows suit. What the hell, old man? Oh god, what now? This is gonna get violent. I should call for help. Maybe Chukichi or Nikaido are nearby. Oh no. Not now. My nervous hiccups haunt me at the worst possible time. Stuck in a place as I watch two dragons loudly bicker. I feel helpless standing there, shielding myself with my tail. What's going on in here? Tape! Yukino? Mrs. Midoriya, long time no see. Perfect timing. Ma? It's not who I expected, but I'm thankful for anyone else at this point. Oh my. Welcome, sweetie. I'm sorry for these two bothering you like that. Don't you have a village assembly to be at? It was Mr. Midoriya. Don't you have a town... Whoops, wrong one. Don't you have a village assembly to be at? I did. It's over now. Sit down, Tape. How much did you drink this time? Wait, don't tell me. I can see the bottles lined up on the wall. You two should be ashamed of yourselves, putting young Hiroyuki through your shenanigans. Or are you both completely clueless? Sorry, Ma. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to Hiroyuki. I stand motionless, but thankful. I'm glad that Mrs. Midoriya is around. Anyway. Hiroyuki, I brought some snacks home. What kind would you like? Don't
Don't bother bringing me any. I'm heading out. Bring me my clothes, boy.
You're going out? Even after drinking that much?
Chop chop, son. In my room.
Yes, Dad. You're just gonna leave me to clean up your mess, aren't you?
What was that? I can't hear you.
Is Mr. Midoriya running away from his wife? I can't really see that in such a scary guy. Sheesh. That man can't be helped. I'm so sorry for the trouble, Hiroyuki. It's good to see you again. Thanks, Mrs. Midoriya. Don't be such a stranger. You're always welcome here. Just try to come when I'm around, okay? Gotcha. Mrs. Midoriya leaves the room just as Tatsuki returns from bringing his father's clothes.
I'm pretty sure it's out of my system now. What? Where'd he go?
He left already.
So sorry you had to see all that, Hiroyuki. Shouldn't have invited you over with us like that. I didn't mean to get this bad. Usually I hold my alcohol better than that. Sometimes I go overboard.
Dude.
I know, it's no excuse. I'm sorry, Hiroyuki. Everyone else just pretends it never happens, so I just guess I end up doing the same.
Why do you drink so much when you know you have that problem?
My friends only like being around me when I'm drunk.
What?
Don't look at me like that. You know it's true.
I don't. Tatsuki never had problems hanging out with the rest of us when we were younger. I don't get it.
I get nervous when I'm around people, Hiroyuki. Alcohol just makes it easier for me to deal with.
But you were so carefree when you were younger. What happened, Tatsuki?
I don't know. Maybe it's the dragon in me. Or the Midoriya.
Tatsuki, we like being around you. Please don't think otherwise. But we like being around you more when you're not drinking. My dad drinks a lot, too. I don't like that feeling I get when I talk with somebody who's that drunk. It's like they're another person. Not necessarily a better one. You don't need alcohol to be my friend, Tatsuki.
I know.
I want you to promise me something. Tatsuki, I want you to promise me that you're gonna limit your drinking. I'm not saying you have to stop completely. The way his dad is, I'm sure that would be a near impossibility. Just cut back a little. I'm only here for a month. I want to see the real you, not that person I just saw.
You're right, Hiroyuki. I'm sorry. From this point on, I promise I'll I'm gonna be better.
Phew. Thanks, Tatsuki.
And Hiroyuki,
Yeah?
thank you for believing in me. Nobody else does.
I stand from the table and wrap my arms around him.
What? Hey there. This is getting a little too sappy.
Sorry, I'm just happy you agreed to this. I release him and look up at his face.
I owe you dinner for this sometime. Don't try and argue. I'm paying.
Really? Okay then.
I'll pick you up at your grandparents' house when we organize it. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
Great.
It's a date then. He glances over at a nearby clock, returning his attention to me for a few moments later.
Though for now, I better let you get back to your grandparents.
He smiles at me and gives me a slight wave.
Take care, Hiroyuki.
Can't help but grin as I wave back. Bye, Tatsuki. Can't believe how well this ended up turning out. I'm getting a free dinner out of it. I'm unable to stop the blush that stains my cheeks. A date, huh? If only. But it'll be nice to spend some time with him. Poor Tatsuki, though. I had no idea he felt that way. I hope he can keep this promise. I just want to double check if this is something new or not. Hiroyuki, could you answer the phone, please? I'm busy in the kitchen right now. And I'm too busy watching baseball. Oh, and I'm too busy watching baseball. I don't know. The one letter difference gets me every time. So much for relaxing after a long day. I answer the phone like this all the time. Hello?
Yo, Hiroyuki, you know who this is?
Tatsuki. Let me guess.
It's Tatsuki!
Yeah, I could tell.
I kinda forgot to mention this when you were here, but remember the beach party we talked about at your welcoming party? Sorry if it's so sudden, but we're going tomorrow. Is that alright with you?
Huh? Tomorrow?
I told them!
Wait, I can do it, but why do it at the last minute?
Tora, Kyoji, and I have been planning it out. We looked at everybody's work schedules and club activities. Tomorrow is all we could come up with. I don't know if we're gonna get another day like this.
I get it. It's tough getting all of us together. I'm amazed you guys managed to get that welcoming party together, in fact.
I guess we're just that amazing, huh? Here's the plan. We meet at this bus stop tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Don't oversleep. I'll leave you behind.
It's not me you should be worried about.
You got a point there. See you tomorrow, Hiroyuki.
Good night, Tatsuki. Tomorrow morning. Great, I had a feeling that staying up a little later was a bad idea. Should I set my alarm? What should I pack? Alright, so we have a lot of stuff we already covered here. Sorry if I'm like skipping through, I just want to make sure I get through this. Of course, we got fucking Tatsuki and Fundoshi. Wait, is this the extra event? Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay, cool. Okay, just want to make sure. It was just an extra line, but with a smile, I sit down in the sand with the dragon sitting down next beside me. Alright, so I think we're gonna... Some more Tora... Yeah, so Tora and Hiroyuki. Sorry, I'm just, like, making sure I get through this. Also, Torihiko, oh my gosh. I love him. Scratching under my nose, I walk toward the pile of bags and retrieve my wallet before making my way up the beach. Before I get too far, though, I feel a strong hand on my shoulder, which stops me in my tracks. I tense up immediately, but before I can do anything, I hear a familiar laugh.
Where do you think you're going, Hiroyuki?
Breathing a sigh of relief, I relax and turn around, coming face to face with the smiling dragon. Oh, I was just going to get you and Tora your ice cream. Tatsuki rubs the back of his head sheepishly as a deep blush comes to his face.
Don't worry about that. We were only being competitive.
That's an understatement and a half. I flash the blushing dragon a cheeky grin.
Yeah, well... You don't have to get us ice cream. Especially after...
The memory of Tatsuki losing his Speedo fresh in my mind. My face starts to burn up and I look away. Well, I can't leave you like that. Think of the children after all. I turn back to face him with a wide smirk on my face. The dragon meets my stare with his own, his face still red.
You just had to get that tease in, didn't you?
My smirk widens and I sit down on the sand. Tatsuki sits down beside me and stares out at the ocean. After several moments of uncomfortable silence, the dragon lets out a loud sigh.
Hiro,
He pauses mid-sentence, a thoughtful expression showing on his face. With one of his hands, he begins to move his fingers through the sand, as if drawing something. When I look, I can only see random scribbles.
I meant what I said yesterday.
Blinking, I turn my attention back to my friend, and for the first time I can see the burden he's been keeping locked away.
You're the first person who's believed in me. Nobody else does.
My memories of yesterday are still fresh in my mind, bringing an unpleasant feeling of loneliness. Is this how Tatsuki always felt? Tatsuki. I bring my knees to my chest, feeling a painful sting in my chest. Before I can stop myself, I shuffle closer and rest my hand on his shoulder, turning my face so I can look up at him. Oh. I'll tell the others what you promised me. I'm sure they'll have...
No, don't. I don't want you to say anything like that, just in case I...
He trails off and sighs heavily, scratching a cheek with a single finger.
In case I screw this up.
Tatsuki, you won't...
I might!
Tense up at the dragon's outburst, before placing a hand on his arm in a comforting way. No. Narrowing my eyes, I stare intently into his. The pain in his eyes is clear as day, so I offer him a warm smile. I believe in you, and I know you have what it takes to do this. Tatsuki pauses, and then gives a small smile of his own, his cheeks once again glowing a soft pink.
I guess I have no choice then.
Nope. Lifting my head away from his shoulder, I slowly rise to my feet before brushing the sand from my fur. I switch my tail and begin to head up the beach, bringing a look of surprise to Tatsuki's face.
Where are you going, hero?
I told you. Trailing off, I can't help the small smile that comes to my face. With my left hand clutching my pocket, I use my right hand to point up the beach to get ice cream. I hear the dragon scurry to his feet behind me, and the footsteps in the sand as he rushes up to catch up with me.
Wait!
Once more, I felt a strong hand on my shoulder, stopping me in my tracks. As I turn back to look at him, I can see that he's blushing yet again.
Thank you, Hiroyuki.
I'm taken by surprise as Tatsuki pulls me into a soft embrace, effectively mirroring the embrace I gave him yesterday. I gently wrap my arms around him, returning the gesture. This feels nice. You're welcome, Tatsuki. After what seems like an eternity, the dragon finally releases me from the hug. I know I have a big smile on my face as I look up at him.
I also haven't forgotten what else I promised.
Huh?
I owe you dinner. I don't know when it'll be, but I promise it will definitely be before your vacation ends.
My tail swishes happily behind me, and I give the dragon a nod. Looking forward to it, big guy. The two of us spend the rest of our day together, talking about nothing in particular. While time passes, I only think of how great I am to have reconnected with Tatsuki. Okay, I just want to make sure. Oh yeah, so we obviously have the anime debate right here. Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna say neither again. I noticed that they actually changed the names, understandably, you know, with copyright and all that, so it makes sense. Alright, so I'm actually going to cut this episode short again today. I just wanted to catch up with a lot of the Tatsuki stuff. I was thinking about, like, continuing, but I'm also kind of like, this is kind of a whole new segment, and I'd rather just, you know, keep it to the Tatsuki stuff just to keep up with everything. That, and of course, with skip mode being so fast, I probably skipped through some important stuff. But at least we know we're seeing Torihiko, which is like, oh my gosh, hi, Torihiko. So yeah, sorry for the clunky videos the past few times. I just wanted to catch up where I missed, you know. So, yeah, my apologies. But next time, looks like we're gonna be seeing Best Boy, so all I feel like will be forgiven. But anyways, thank you for watching. I actually really, really like where the Tatsuki route is going. I mean, a lot of it is kind of the similar beats to the original, but I like the seriousness they're adding on to the alcoholism, the dynamic between Tape and Tatsuki being very, a borderline, if not just straight up abusive, father son relationship. And just the fact that the whole cycle of alcoholism, the feeling of nobody believes you, just, it, like, actually genuinely got to me. This whole side plot, or, side route, or whatever. But it really got to me, and I feel like it was done very well in a lot of ways. So, and I'm excited to see more where hanging out with Tatsuki will take me. Torihiko's Best Boy, but I figured I'd start off with Tatsuki and then work my way up to Torihiko. So next time, it looks like we're gonna be hanging out with Torihiko, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Sorry for all the skipping around, but don't worry, it'll be back to normal next episode. So, see you guys later.